So we use a drawer panel to be able to bring this drawer in, build the drawer in, and make the drawer less wide, okay? And that allows the runner to pass the open door. Simples. Hello everyone, how's it going? Ryan here from the London Craftsman channel. So today's video is talking about drawers and drawer cheeks, but in particular we are talking about dividing up drawers in heights and where to place your drawer runners. Also how to space your drawers out, what gaps you're going to need, and a few more details. So if that floats your boat, you want to find out more, well, you better stay tuned, watch to the end, and I hope you enjoy. So part one was all about teaching you what a drawer cheek is, okay, and how to use it, okay. So if you want to find this out, then have a look back at episode 1. We're going to be talking about where you put the cutout for your hinges, okay. We're going to be talking about the overall height and the depth and how thick the panel needs to be. So just to summarize what a drawer panel is, okay, a drawer panel is there. It goes inside an opening wherever you have a drawer. So it's called a drawer panel for a reason. So if you don't have a drawer panel and you have a door going in front of the drawer, then the drawer will not open. Okay, so you're going to need this to build the drawer in a bit further inside the space in order for your drawer to pass the open door. Let me explain. So within this space, as you can see, we have a drawer. And as you can see at the bottom, we have a mini drawer cheek or drawer panel, albeit very small. We didn't have to make a big panel here because all it was there for is to take one set of runners. Now let's zoom in and show you why we actually need a drawer cheek. So as you can see here, you can see the runner. It's a fair distance away from the door. You can't really see in shot, but this door sticks into the opening by about 10 mil. If we didn't have this panel and this runner was screwed directly to the side of the carcass, the inside, then the runner would hit the back edge of the door before the drawer had a chance to open. So we use a drawer panel to be able to bring this drawer in, build the drawer in, and make the drawer less wide, okay, and that allows the runner to pass the open door. Simples. Right, so let's go ahead and do some drawings and figure out where these drawer runners are going to be in relation to your drawers and your drawer panels. Before I go any further, guys, we are literally just hitting 50,000, very, very close, within a couple of days. But also want to put a little shout out for anyone who is enjoying my content, so feel free, have a think about joining our membership. Memberships start from $1.99 a month. If you feel like you've taken anything away from this, feel free to give something back and become a member, help the channel out, help me out to give you more content like you're seeing today. Happy days. Cheers, guys. Okay, guys, so assuming you've watched part 1, okay, we can go ahead and rub this off. All this information is in part 1. We talk about drawer heights. We talk about the cutouts for the drawer panels, where to put the cutouts, thicknesses, how wide I make the panel, etc. So we're going to start afresh now. And what we are going to do is draw a side profile, because what this drawing is, we're going to be drawing out each individual drawer in height and placing the runner on each drawer, then working out from the bottom of the drawer cheek to the center line of every drawer. Okay, to be able to work out where these runners go. Okay, so let's start by drawing out a side profile of your opening, your wardrobe, box, whatever it may be. Okay, so this is the top, this is the bottom, remember side view, this is the front, okay? You're looking at it that way. Let's draw the backing on, okay, because I always have a backing on my wardrobes no matter what. And yeah, so we have got an overall height from top to bottom of this said unit carcass of 1 meter, okay. Then we've got an 18mm top and an 18mm bottom. That's 36mm. So we need to know the inside side, the inside opening of this space. Remember, this is the inside, this is the top, this is the bottom. So from the inside of the top and the bottom, we've got 964 inch, okay, height. I always put inch, just short for inside. So we've got 964, okay, from that dot to play with in height, usable heights, usable space. We talked about where we're going to put this drawer cheek, okay, so we need a drawer cheek wherever there is a door, okay, and I said I was going to always step back that cheek 10 mil, okay, again, look back at the video for an explanation why we step that cheek back 10 mil. So we're going to just draw a dotted line where that cheek represents within that space, okay, that's that side panel. So now we need to draw in our drawers, okay, so we're going to have 4 drawers on this particular demonstration, and I'm drawing in spacings in between. Okay, so now let's draw that drawer in like so, and another one. Where does that go? There. Another one. It's harder than it looks drawing on a whiteboard sideways and trying to film. So lines may be squiggly. So there we go. We've got 4 drawers in that space, okay? Remember, this is the front. And what we need to do is work out the distances. So have a look at this picture. This is showing you how I design and fit and make my drawers, okay? We leave a 25mm gap in between every drawer, okay? We call it a finger pull. It just means that we don't need to put a fascia over the front of these drawers. It means that there's no handle needed, and because there's no handle or knob needed, we can maximize the depth of our drawer, make it as close to the front as possible of the wardrobe, maximizing the depth, okay, and obviously our cheek, which is this, because it's so thin also, it maximizes the width. So what we need to do is draw in some lines here. So we've got 18 at the top, don't really need to know that. But there we go. We've got a space of 25mm, another space of 25, 25, 25. And this is what I leave for all of my finger pull gaps. Okay, you can play around with that if you want to. You can change it. So there's a bottom, that's 18. And at the bottom gap, I don't leave 25. It's a waste. There's no point. I leave 10. So now you know the gaps in between your drawers. Now we need to figure out where to put these runners. So I use runners like this 99% of the time. They are 44mm high. Okay, they need to go on the side of your drawer. I make my runners in line with the bottom of the drawer like so. Okay, so this is a drawer. Let's turn this around so you can see it. This would be the front. Okay, and then this is how it is on the side. Flush with the front, flush with the bottom. Okay, so now you know they're 44 and where they line up with, we line them up with the bottom of the drawer. The fat part, remember? The fat part is the part that screw onto your carcass or your cheek, and the thin part is the part that screws onto your drawer. So, that known, we can draw in just a line here, just for you, and another line here, representing 44. Okay, so from here to here, 44. From here to here, 44. 44. 44. So now we know where that goes on the drawer, because the bottom of the drawer is the bottom of the runner. We need to find the center line. So half of 44 is 22. 22. So that is the center line from here to here. Again, 22, center line, 22, center line, 22, center line. So from the bottom of the drawer to the center of the runner is 22. So we've got that measurement, okay? We've got that measurement for all of them. So here we have our drawer on the side, and this is perfectly demonstrated for you because the holes have already been pre-drilled, okay? And we are 22mm up to the center, and if we slide that on there, it's flush at the front, and if you have a look through the hole, the pencil lines up with the center of our holes. And as you can see there, we've already pre-drilled. This particular drawer is for different size runners, hence the reason we haven't got a hole here and here, because we're using different type runners and the holes are in different places. But there you go. it's 22mm up, and that is the centre line of your drawer runner, the smaller part, centre in height. So it's as simple as measuring from the bottom of your drawer cheek. Remember, the bottom of the drawer cheek is this dot here, and the top of the drawer cheek is this point here. It's 964 in height, our total usable space. We can take these measurements now, and we can transfer those measurements onto the cheek. Okay, so let's draw out the side panel. Okay, the panel, drawer panel. Just draw what you would have to build. Okay, what you'd have to cut. So you can go any depth with your drawer panel. We generally do about 400 for most mils, by the way. Height, we're going by 964 because from the bottom to the top on the inside space, usable space, 964. Okay, 964. And this is cheek, side profile. Okay, side profile. So that is the front, that is the top. So before we work out the heights of all our centre lines and drop them down onto our side panel, we need to work out how big our drawers are. Okay, so we've got 964 from there to there, inside space. 964 minus 10, 25, 25, 25, 25. Okay, all the measurements are here. So that makes 110. So 964 minus 110 equals 854. Okay, jot it up there for you. So 854 is the remaining space after you've taken off all of the gaps. We need to now divide that by 4 because we've got 4 drawers. 854 divided by 4 equals 213.5. Okay, I know we've got 0.5 here, but don't worry about that. Or you can play around with the height of the opening. You can make your opening 1mm bigger, and that will give you a rounded number. Or you can make your gaps 26 rather than 25, and that again will help take away the 0.5 if you don't want that. So there we go. We've got drawer heights of 213.5. I'm just going to jot it on there just to keep things simple. I'm not going to change things up at this stage. So now we've got our drawer heights of 213.5. We know that now. You know that you're going to make your drawers to that height. So the last thing really to work out is to work out where you're going to draw your lines on. Where are these runner center lines? CL, 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 CL. Okay, so remember these dots here, from here to here, is the inside from here to here. So we need to work out how high they're going to be, where they're going to be. So you know where to screw on your runner. We know where they go on the drawer because I showed you that earlier. So it's as simple as working out from the drawing. So we've got a 10mm gap here. So 10 plus 22, because we've got 22mm to the center line. That equals 10 plus 22 equals 32. So this one is 32mm, okay, from there to there. Next one, a little bit different. We needed to work out the drawer heights to be able to then make it a lot easier for us to then work out the next one. Okay, so we've got 10, which is our gap. Then we're going to go with 213. Then we're going to go with a gap of 25. And then we're going to go with the center line measurement of 22. So we've got 10 plus the drawer, 213.5, plus gap 25 plus 22, and that equals 270.5. Okay. Number 3, again, 10 plus drawer, 213.5 plus 25, gap plus drawer, 213.5 plus gap 25 plus 22mm now, which is the center line measurement, equals 509, dead. And then number 4, let's write these on, 1, 2, 3. Number 4, you guessed it, 10 plus 213.5 plus 25 plus 213.5 plus 25 plus 213.5 again, because we've got one more drawer, plus 25 plus the 22mm. And that will equate to 747.5. 747.5. There we go. That is all you will need. Everything is there now to give you your heights. And once you know this, it's pretty simple. So if you've got 5 drawers, you just draw in 5 drawers within your space. I like to draw this side profile drawing like so. You can see what I've done here. This is exactly what I do for all of my work. I do a side profile drawing. There we go. We've got the opening of the actual size of the carcass. That is the space, front view, side view. We've got 964 it's showing. And then I just represent that in a side view drawing like this, do a couple of scribbles, draw in how many drawers I want to put in, draw in the 25mm gaps in between, and then I divide that up to give me my drawer heights. And then we could just draw in our 22mm to the center line, and then we could just work it out by adding all our numbers. And that is it. So next video, I'm thinking to talk about fascias. So you might not want the drawer just to be made like this. Okay, just a drawer, and that is it. No fascia on the front. You might want a fascia on the front, and to close up these gaps, you might not want a finger pull. You might just want a fascia with 3mm gaps all the way around, so the drawers look nice and tight. I'm going to show you how to do that, because we are going to have to add fascias onto this, and add the fascias onto this drawing and divide it up, and think about tolerances in another way. So that's part 3. Stay tuned for that. Let me know what you think about this video. Feel free to become a member, help me out, give something back if you feel like this has helped you out. Like, and yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Have I missed anything out? Other than that, guys, we're nearly at 50,000. We'll probably get there next week. Feel free to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. See you next week. Take it easy.